If the idea that they come to me with is, I feel like cannabis is holding me back and I want to grow, or I want my health to be better, or whatever it is, I'm always going to dig deep to see what else is down there, because there's other things that are going on in most people's lives that are contributing to how they feel. And now for something completely different. If you feel like cannabis holds you back from a life that maybe would bring you more happiness, or perhaps it's holding you back from reaching a new level with your business, or perhaps it's holding back reaching a new level with your relationship, and if that's the case, perhaps someone that you're in a relationship with is pressing you in a way to let go of cannabis, or perhaps you're watching this video and none of that applies to you. And if that's the case, and you're still hanging out, hey, thanks for hanging out. But if you are one of those people, I'd like to talk to you just for a second here. Now, let's first talk about the people that press their beliefs onto us. You know, it could be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or parents, and it feels as though it's coming from a place of love. You know, I really would love for you to let go of cannabis. I feel like, you'd get a lot of clarity from it. It'd be better for your health. And, I think it might be holding you back, is some kind of thing like that. And it can come from that kind of a tone, where it's like, yeah, this person really cares about me and they want to help me and stuff. But oftentimes when people try to fix other people, or they try to suggest other people change the way that they're doing things, it really stems from something within them. Now, one could argue, or one could debate, well, Phil, aren't you sometimes coming online and suggesting that people do stuff? Yes, that's fair, but I'm not suggesting people quit weed. I'm not suggesting that they let go of weed. I have in the past done content where it's like, hey, a tolerance break might benefit you. You might find some clarity in it. But more often than not, when I do that, I say, hey, don't tell yourself you're quitting, because your subconscious mind or your ego might have a hard time processing that. What do you mean we're quitting? We're never going to do it again? Versus just like, hey, I'm going to take 2 weeks off or something, and seeing what kind of benefits you might get from it. But I'm not pushing people to do anything. When people come to me and we share a discovery call experience together, if the idea that they come to me with is, I feel like cannabis is holding me back and I want to grow, or I want my health to be better, or whatever it is, I'm always going to dig deep to see what else is down there, because there's other things that are going on in most people's lives that are contributing to how they feel. And generally speaking, it's thoughts and emotions. Not always conscious thoughts and emotions, but also subconscious, definitively subconscious thoughts and emotions, buried emotions, or buried belief patterns. This is the stuff. And one of the things that's even more important than all of that, I tell people, like, my elevator pitch is, if you want to be happier, first things first, what is your first hour of your day? What's your last hour of your day? Is there media box consumption there? Cell phone consumption, watching Netflix, watching the news, whatever it is. If that's there, no matter what you're doing with cannabis, and really even fucking drinking. Now, I know that there are people that'll lash back at that or kick back. Yeah, but people with drinking problems. Okay, that's fair. But if it's like someone who has, a few beers a night or something, like it's not like this big thing, then even a person like that, the most important thing to start with is your mind. When you go to the phone first thing in the morning, your brain is generally naturally trying to transition out of the delta brainwave through theta and alpha and then to beta. But when you just go straight to the phone, the blue light, even though, it's safe for the environment or whatever, at least that's what scientists would say, it does trick the brain. It tricks the brain into thinking, oh shit, we're on the grid now. And so it like shocks you or shoots you straight to beta. So you're not naturally waking up. And it's basically the same thing for going to sleep. And it's something like 80% of cell phone users are on their phone within 15 minutes when they wake up, or for 15 minutes when they wake up. One of the two. Either way, man, that's the stuff. And so that's where I start people with. If someone comes to me, no matter what it is, it's like, hey, well, first things first. Where are you at with your cell phone? Coming back to my elevator pitch. If I was to, say just a quick thing, an elevator pitch, in case you're not familiar with it, is a term that's used for people in sales or in business. You know, if you have a product and you want to be able to let people know what you do, you know, and you're in an elevator, how quick can you get what you do out in like a canned quick little thing? And even though like I don't frame this as an elevator pitch, because I'm never trying to pitch this stuff to anyone. I allow people to be where they are and love them where they are. I mean, there was a period of time in my life, in my quote unquote spiritual journey, where I would be like, hey man, you would benefit from doing this stuff, but I had just got started, so we'll allow it. But at this point, it's like, I know for a fact, whenever I try to push someone to do something, or if I was to be like, hey, it would really benefit you to do X, you know, they're going to resist it. They're going to resist it. And that's just how it works. And a lot of times it's because it's unknown territory. We resist what we don't know unconsciously because subconsciously, or the ego wants to stay where it's comfortable. But this is the same thing with building habits or whatever it is. You know, you have to go through that period of time where you're installing new neurological pathways in your brain for what the fuck ever it is. And that's how you build habits, etc. So, to come back to it, yeah, cell phones, and I was going somewhere else. I don't remember where it was, but that's fine. Cell phones are more of a drug, more of a quote unquote detrimental drug to people than whatever their level of cannabis is. If you go to your phone first thing in the morning, you become more reactive instead of proactive. You know, you may see an email related to work that's like a deadline you got to hit, or your boss is coming down on you, or maybe it's a text from a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and, you know, it could be like, I met someone, or whatever, who knows, or it could be like, I cheated on you. You know, that's probably not going to be the message you get, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to, unconsciously, we're going to the phone to know where to go next. You know, so many people are living their lives day to day being busy with something outside of themselves. You know, people oftentimes, whether it's cannabis or the cell phone or going to get coffee or going shopping or Netflix or whatever it is, it's all just trying to get outside of ourselves. The more we go within and cultivate this relationship with the self by way of doing this work, the more we get on board, like our subconscious mind gets on board with what it is that we're trying to shoot for. But things like the cell phone first thing in the morning or last thing before sleep, not only having a negative effect on our sleep quality, but it takes away from the ability to be more proactive and to get more things done. But it's not from a space of like, I'm going to work hard today. It's just like you set yourself up for a good day. This is where affirmations come in and actually are really, really powerful. I've had massive resistance to affirmations in the past, but as I've said before, it's actually, another way to say it is to make firm in one's mind, which is, you know, the same as like what a mantra would do, or auto-suggestion. It's basically training your subconscious mind or installing a new neurological pathway of the direction that you want to go. And I talk about saying I'm always supported. You know, if you beat yourself up, telling ourselves I am always supported. And if you have resistance to it, you look at it logically. I'm always supported by gravity. I'm always supported by air. Yeah, I'm in the game. I'm in the game. I'm in life, the game of life, you know. And if you have resistance to that, that also comes from the subconscious. But the more we tell ourselves that, the more the subconscious mind gets on board with it. People are striving to get a better job, or to get a promotion, or to get a particular car, or to get a particular house, or to move to a different area, you know, or go to the gym. I got to start going to the gym. I got to get my health together, all these things. Man, it's going to be hard work. It's going to be fucking hard work. What's easier is to begin working on the brain. It only seems daunting in the beginning. Just you white in me again. Just you white.